Hello. Ah, I said it first.
Nice. So, this is Pete, or Kenshin 1913. And this guy
is good buddy Rob.
And this is the final Game of Thrones episode or review for season 1.
Oh no.
Fire and Blood. So let us start. Let us start with the biggest shocking moment of the season so far. Ned is dead. That's right. And they open up this episode with ice, which is his sword, and it's bloody with his own guts on it.
It's got a little blood and viscera on it.
Yeah.
Very, very good image.
They got the balls to do that after they just beheaded Ned?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Then they kind of rubbered it in.
Yeah. Yeah. So Arya is still in Yorn's arms, and Yorn's just kind of screaming at her like, "We gotta get away, boy!" And he just keeps calling her boy, and he kind of takes her away, and he cuts her hair, and he's like, "If you gotta do what I say if you want to get the hell out of here." So basically, that's how that goes for that scene.
He's gonna try to sneak her away.
Yeah, because he's part of the Night's Watch. He's the
recruiter to the Starks.
Yeah, because Ned gave him some people, and he knew the Starks a little bit. So we go to Winterfell, where Bran had a dream that Ned died. Well, actually, it was more of a three-eyed crow.
He had a dream that Ned was in the crypts underneath Winterfell, which housed the dead bodies of the last Starks.
Mm-hmm. So him and Osha end up going down, which, you know what? Nice job on what's her name? Osha? Or I don't remember the actress's name. Tonks, let's just call her that. Nice job with carrying Bran. You're fucking strong. Keep it up. Well, anyways, so they go down to the crypts, and they Bran's giving her the tour a little bit, and Shaggy Dog jumps out, who's Rickon's direwolf, and scares the hell out of him, and they're just kind of talking about, "Oh, this is where I saw Dad. This is where Dad's supposed to be." And they're like, "Oh, no." So they go back.
They had the same dream, essentially.
Yeah, that Ned was dead. And then they go back up, and Maester Luwin kind of gives them...
He confirms it.
Gives them the sad news that their dad is never coming back alive. I mean...
Because he's dead.
He might come back with bones and whatnot, but...
Hopefully.
Maybe. And then we switch over, which is one of the most touching scenes in this episode, is Kat is kind of walking, everyone's kind of bowing their head, and they're like, Lady Stark. And she hears...
Condolencing her.
Yeah, and she sees Robb up in the hill, and she just goes up to him, and he's just banging away on a sword, just like you know what, just like he kind of shows like his little like fragility, or if that's even a word, but it kind of shows how fragile, because so far he's been really tough up to this point, being very lordly, and then here he's just like a little kid who just like found out like his dog is dead or something. Yeah. Just beating the hell out of any inanimate thing that he could find. And then the first line she says is, You're ruining your sword or whatever. And he's like, ah! He throws down his thing, and then they say like some of the best. This is my line. I'm just gonna go to it right now. Best line. I'll kill them, all of them, everyone. I'll kill them all. That's what Robb says. And then she's like, they got your sisters.
We gotta get the girls.
We gotta get the girls back, and then we'll kill them all. And I was like, it's a good line. Great line. Fucking great line. So then we head back to King's Landing, where Joffrey is holding court with some minstrel.
Apparently he was singing a song
about Robert and how a boar kind of like gored him, and then the lions took his balls.
The lions, they
really killed his ass.
This is obviously supposed to be offensive.
Yeah. So he did not like it. So Joffrey kind of shows how cruel he can be in this episode. In the fact that he says you can either keep your hands or your tongue. And he's like, well, everyone needs a tongue. I mean, everyone needs hands. And he's like, your tongue it is. So then he rips out his goddamn tongue.
Again, he doesn't do anything.
No, he doesn't do anything. He gets Sir Ilyn to do it. And
he's very tough by proxy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And at that last point, by the way, in the last episode, he became one of the most hated men on TV. Or boys.
Oh, yeah.
Characters on TV, definitely.
Yeah.
So... he's walking with Sansa, making it like nothing happened. He's like, "Oh, come, my lady," and she's like,
"My dad's dead."
Yeah, you fucking killed my dad. So he's like, "I want to show you something. Look over there. There's your dad's head.
Your dad's head. Look at that."
And she's like, "Oh, why do I have to look?" And then she kind of says, "Look, there's your scepter, and there's this and that." And then he's like, "When
he's trying to be cruel and like." A little bitch to her.
Yeah, but she kind of like, I don't know, she kind of defends herself.
This is the one time Sansa finally starts maybe showing a little bit of backbone.
Yeah, because obviously...
like she kind of like steels herself and she looks at it and when Joffrey teases her and
Yeah.
says, when I get your brother, I'll give you his head too. And
Yeah, and then
she actually shoots back at him.
She's like, well, maybe you'll give me your head.
Yeah.
And this is actually, obviously, if you don't know, she doesn't like him anymore.
Right. This would be the point.
Yeah, this would be the point. We'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't think she likes him anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? And,
like, you can beat up my little sister, and you could,
do whatever.
get my dire wolf killed and everything.
But I still love you, yeah. But But no, you killed my dad, and now I don't want to kill anymore. Too bad you couldn't do that like 5 episodes ago. You know what I mean?
Well, she's stupid.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? So we go back to where Robb is in I don't know where the hell he is, but he's in that forest, right? And they're just discussing like what are they gonna do now that Ned's dead, like his whole army. It's kind of discussing like, oh, we could side with Stannis, we could side with Renly, we could bow down to the Lannisters, and then then Great John just gets up and he's like, fuck no, I'm not. No, this is the only guy that I'm gonna bow down to. And then he they all proclaim Robb as King of the North.
Yeah, he literally bows down to Robb. And
King
of the North.
Yeah, because he was just talking about how back in the day, the only people that they really bowed down to were the dragons. So he's like, we're just as tough as we're just as tough as they were in the day back in the day. So why not?
Yeah.
Why can't we be our own kingdom again? So. And then they're all chanting, King of the North, King of the North. And Robb kind of, like, he's just looking around. He doesn't literally
say anything, but he kind of stands up and he accepts
it. Like, at
first, kind of like...
And he kind of looks back at his mom.
Okay, all right, this is happening, right?
Yeah, Mom, what should I do? And then she just kind of, like, gives him a nod and a smile and whatnot. And, like, I like this, like, because he kind of looks a little surprised, but he just, like, accepts it gracefully. It's great. It's fucking great.
Yeah, he's very quick with that.
Yeah.
In all the things. He tends to step up and do what should be the kingly thing almost.
Yeah, or at least the lordly thing at this point. So we head over to King's Landing where we find out Lancel is banging Cersei. That's right.
She can't get enough family dick.
No, she just
can't, because that's her little cousin.
She just got to fuck. Yeah, it's her uncle's or her uncle's son. Yeah, and she's just got to fuck any kind of golden-haired fucker.
Loves it.
That she can get her goddamn grubby mitts on. So
that kid Lancel, he had a very small buttocks.
Yeah, he
like that I noticed.
Yeah,
like his buttocks are so small, I was like, that's a small butt. So whatever that actor is,
well, his butt is supposed to be less small than Jaime's apparently. But so you find more small. I don't know, but
smaller maybe.
Whatever. All right.
Again, did you graduate high school?
I thought I did. I'll have to make sure that I did. But you just find out that's just a scene where it's like, oh man,
she's dealing this guy.
She can't get enough Lannister cock.
Yeah, she can't keep it in her pants.
Yeah, so she keeps it in the family.
Ching.
Anyways, then we had that
shot sound effect.
We
need a rim shot sound
effect. Maybe I'll put that in post. Yeah. And so Tyrion and Tywin are talking, right, of what they're going to do next. And one of the guys is like, let's get Jaime back, maybe we should broker for peace. And then Tyrion just throws a cup on the ground. He's like, fuck, you get more peace out of that, drinking wine out of that cup, than you would get peace now that Ned's dead. And so Tywin kind of tells everyone to get the fuck out, except Tyrion. And he kind of talks with him.
Kind of acknowledges that Tyrion has made a point, too.
Yeah.
Like he realizes that maybe he's not just
some little idiot.
Fucking idiot, yeah.
And he kind of like breaks down just a tiny bit to him. He's like, "You're my son," and he's like, "I want you to be handed a king while I'm out here trying to fucking gain control of the kingdom."
Right.
Again.
It's something Joffrey had wanted Tywin to be handed a king a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
And so he's going to send Tyrion in his place.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be.
And he kind of tells him, try to rein in your sister and.
Yeah, and her son, and then
because you can tell that Tyrion and Tywin also already kind of know that Joffrey may be
the king,
a fucking unstable idiot.
Yeah, he might be an unstable piece of shit. So, and then he just the final say from his dad, because his dad's a dick. Don't bring that whore to court. Like, he already knows the whore is with him.
Yeah.
He's like,
don't find shit out quick, Tyler.
Yeah, he does. And so then we go back to the scene where Daenerys wakes up from all that traumatic shit that happened last episode.
Yeah.
She comes to find out that her baby is dead. Dead. And
baby with his eyes X'd out.
and Drogo is alive.
Technically alive.
He's alive, but he's brain dead. And then
he's pretty much He's Terry Schiavo. He's in vegetative state.
Persistent vegetative state, almost as bad as a frozen pizza.
A little bit.
But so she asked like what was going on with my baby, and they were just describing how he was like almost dragon-like, like he had leather, scaly and wings and maggots in his gut and all this shit, and it was like ugh. So she was like, oh. So they go see Drogo. He's brain dead. Then she has a talk with what was her name, Mira, and Mira, she has a good point on why she did that, because her baby was gonna be the fucking baby that mount the world.
Yeah.
You kidding me? That doesn't sound good.
No, it's not.
Anyone else that's not part of Drogo's group. You know what I mean?
So, and they have scumbags that pretty much burned down her city and raped her. So she kind of... It's hard to have sympathy. Like, we're supposed to, because I think Daenerys is supposed to be kind of a protagonist.
Yeah.
But it's hard to have sympathy for that. Yeah. You're kind of like, yeah, all right, that's fine.
And so she kind of...
Good call, lady.
She kind of admits in a way that she kind of didn't truly heal Drogo.
Oh, yeah, no. She
was kind of poisoning him from the start.
On purpose. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, well done, lady.
Yeah, nice job. Fucking getting in there, gaining her trust, and then all of a sudden just fucking... I'm going to assassinate your lover. Your husband. Why not? So we head to Jon, who is riding away on his horsey, and Sam is trying to stop him.
To steal away in the night.
Yeah, because he's found out now that Ned is dead, and he's pretty fucking pissed.
Yes, he is.
So he starts riding away, and Sam tries to stop him. All right, so he's riding, and eventually Sam and his buddies, Pip and Gren, they catch up to him, and they're like, "No, you can't do that because you're our brother now." You know what I mean? And
part of the Night's Watch.
Yeah, you're part of the Night's Watch. And so what ends up happening is Jon's like, "I don't give a shit," and then they start each reciting the oath of the Night's Watch, which is really amazing. It's a really nice scene. Yeah, a really amazing scene, like that's bromance right there, like brotherly love and all that. And so they convince him with the words that you guys stay. You guys stay. So
he turns back and goes home with him.
Yeah. So then we go back to Dany, who is very sad that Drogo is, a zombie, pretty much, a fucking basically a corpse that's breathing. And
he's pretty much an end table.
Yeah. And so in the book, I'm just gonna say this now. Why not? Difference. She rides Drogo one last time, and she doesn't do that here.
No, she just kind of lays with him, gives him kisses.
Yeah, so I wish you were.
It's a little less creepy in the TV show.
Oh yeah, because it's fucking weird. She's like a teenager.
Although, you know what? I'll give him this. And like if my husband or wife died, I might try to throw in one last fuck.
Yeah. Like that'd be that'd be like the last thing. Like let's just see.
All right, if I can do this, first of all, it's might be the last time I get to do this.
Yeah.
And secondly,
let's just see if this
works.
I'm a genius.
My dick's got.
I'm gonna patent. I'm gonna patent my penis.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna do.
Right? Like you get that vagina trademark. That when you're dead.
Definitely. So what she ends up doing is like the Indian in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. She smothers his head with a pillow.
She should do it with her dirty pillows.
And then would that be her boobies?
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been kind of neat too. But he dies, and that's about it. So then
dead.
Now he's dead. And then we go back to Grandmeister Pycelle, who's in King's Landing, and he just apparently had sex with a whore, and I don't know what the deal is with maesters. I know they're like holy guys, but I wonder if they can bang.
I don't think they're supposed to be. I think it's similar to a Catholic priest. Like I don't think they're supposed to.
So they banged, and she's washing her vagina, and he's kind of telling about like his whole backstory about how he served so many kings, this time and the other.
Yeah, this is like one of those other juxtaposition
kind of things, and
where they give you backstory about a character, but you also get to look at a bare butt and titties.
Yeah. So it's not. It's like a half and half,
And then she leaves though.
Yeah, and then he kind of gets up, and he's not what he seems to be. He's like walking around and fucking. Yeah. Doing jumping jacks, and
he's not like a hunched over old stuttering fool.
Yeah, and as soon as he is about to open the door, he hunches back down and then walks out real slow. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a good scene. It's pretty interesting.
It was. It does kind of show that Pycelle's maybe not as, like you said, the whole phrase. He's not really what he seems.
Yeah.
He's probably a lot smarter than he's letting on.
Yeah. And he's definitely not as frail.
Like we said, no, he's not a frail.
And he's got secrets. Damn it, he's probably got a bunch.
He does. You don't serve that many kings without getting a lot of secrets.
No, you don't. So then we head to Varys and Littlefinger, and they're kind of quipping at each other. They're both looking at the Iron Throne.
They do very well.
They do very well. And they're talking about, like, what would Littlefinger do if he was on the Iron Throne and all this. And then Littlefinger, for some reason, as Varys says, is very interested in his gash, a.k.a.
his crotch.
His no balls.
His lack of junk.
Yeah, so they're very
I guess you hang around with whores enough, you get curious about everybody's junk.
Yeah.
Like you just walk down the street going, oh, extra bushy, oh, super flappy. I like ice on. But I wonder if he just does that in his head all day long.
Yeah, I wonder too.
I mean, I do it now when I run a whorehouse, so.
Yeah.
I'm constantly picturing your vaginas.
And so he's kind of, they're kind of talking with each other, and they kind of meet I don't know how to explain, but they kind of meet like a wit's end in the essence that they both are like two players that are like they admire each other in a way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they're both equally sneaky.
Yeah, they're politicians, and they're both kind of they know what they are.
Yeah,
they both know they're playing this game, and they respect that.
Yeah. So then the king comes, and then they start the little thing, and then we head back to Yorn, who is going to bring Arya to the wall. But through the new recruits that he's been collecting,
he's going to have her hide out as an orphan boy. Yeah. Going to the wall.
Arya, the orphan boy.
Arya, right?
Arya, the orphan boy. And, so...
Which is a pretty good plan.
Yeah, it's a great plan. And he's like,
he says in the thing, nobody asks orphan boys too many questions.
Yeah, so. And don't let him see how you pee either. I think
that's good advice when you're trying to pretend you're a boy.
Yeah, so,
most boys don't squat to pee like I do.
No, I usually sit down to pee. But, so, you know, Ari the orphan boy has a little fight with some fat kid and some blonde
tries to pick on him.
Some blonde kid and she's like, I'll fucking stab the fuck out of you. And then the other guy,
Ari's got some balls.
Yeah, she does. She's an orphan boy. Mm-hmm. And so then finally, if you remember from a few episodes ago, Gendry, the blacksmith kid,
well-built bastard of King Robert.
Yeah, and he is there because the blacksmith kind of gave up on him and told him to get the fuck out of there or whatever.
Which, that's what he says, that he assumes, but I think it's really, I think Ned made that happen.
Oh, you think Ned made that happen?
I do. I think Ned,
That's not bad,
No, just to try to get one of the bastards in his up north.
Like, yeah, to get away from like Cersei or whatever. Yeah, I can see that happening. I can totally see that. Yeah, you know what, Rob, that's a hell of a theory. So,
I'm a theorist.
So, Gendry kind of helps Arya out, and they kind of like...
Yeah, he makes fun of the fat kid for
yeah, they kind of get like a little connection there, Arya and Gendry. So then we head back to the wall, where Commander Mormont is talking. You know, he tells Jon, you know, sorry about your dad. And he says, you know, if every member of the Night's Watch ran away and then didn't come back, there would be no one here. You know what I mean? So he's like
shit happened to everybody's family.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
But
suck it up.
Yeah, honor is fucking.
Yeah, you did.
And then he's like, fuck this shit. He's like, I'm sick and tired of fucking cowering behind this wall. We're going up to the fucking north, beyond the wall, to find out what the fuck is really going on with all the wildlings, with the White Walkers.
Where the fuck is Benjamin Stark?
Yeah, and he's like, we're not coming back.
Why the fuck are dead people coming back to life?
Yeah,
we're gonna figure out what the hell happened.
So that's what's fucking happening. So they leave for beyond the wall.
Yeah.
And
the last scene Mormont is them going underneath the bridge, which is cool.
Yeah, Mormont has an amazing speech.
A nice speech.
A really good speech. And then we go to the final scene of the episode, which is Dany, and she's going to have a funeral pyre for
Khal
Drogo.
Nice linens, it looks like.
Yeah, and Mormont is begging her to, like, let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Because she puts the dragon eggs inside the funeral pyre. Then she gets Miri, and she has her tied up to the fucking thing. It's great fucking line where she's like, you won't hear me scream, and she's like, I don't want to hear you scream. I just want your life. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's a fucking great line. And so Mormont's like, please don't go in there. And she's like, don't be afraid for me. Yeah. He's like, fire cannot kill a dragon. So she tells all these people that have stayed, like, there's already been a ton of deserters, but the people who have stayed, she kind of tells them how you are my Khalasar now. I am Daenerys Stormborn, blah, 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 dragon. I will make everyone you hate die. And people leave. Some people leave because they're like, fuck this, I'm not following. But there's a good amount that stay. Mm-hmm. And so she lights the fire. Miri burns alive, of course, and she steps into the fire.
Yeah, she just walks into the fire.
And that's how the show ends.
Yes. Goes fade to black.
Yeah. No, and then we go to the next day. And then we go to the next day.
And we see Jorah Mormont and a couple of the other guys.
And they're walking over to the
pretty much the ashes, the embers.
Yeah. And they see.
Cut up a little ball.
Dany.
Daenerys Targaryen.
And she's alive. And she has 3 friends with her. 3 fucking dragons. Can you fucking believe that? Dragons are back. And then she just gets up. And one of them's drinking from her
titty. Breastfeeding like.
Yeah. Like
weird.
This is the mother of dragons. She just gets up and everyone's like, and they just fucking get down and they bow down to her. And,
that's how you do some recruiting.
Yeah, that's how you fucking do it. That's how you fucking do it. And that is how the season ends, just like the book.
With the dragons crawling into the sky.
Yeah. And I just fucking think this episode was phenomenal.
It was good. Very good wrap up.
They did a great job, and there were no real new characters. I mean, there are 2, but we'll talk about them next season. But anyways, I really liked just the way that it went. Like, after Ned died, they kind of teased you in the beginning, and then they just kept going with the story. And it was like, I mean, Ned's dead, and these characters are going to be affected by his death.
Yep.
But it wasn't like the essence where the show just stops dead because it's fucking dead.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? And I thought that was good. What about you, Rob? What did you like about this episode?
I enjoyed that it wrapped up this season and set up next season.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
It was wrapping up a lot of storylines, but creating a secondary or a new storyline to go with it.
I like that too, because it's because some seasons just end where it's like, oh, what's going to happen next? You kind of know. They kind of already start doing the building blocks of what's going to happen for the next season.
Right. Like you understand, like Arya is going to be headed towards the wall.
John's going north.
John's headed up beyond the wall. Sansa and Joffrey and all those people at King's Landing
shit's going to go down.
Yeah, and Tyrion's going to go to King's Landing.
Yeah,
they're still going to fight Robin, Tywin, and Jaime. They're all going to be involved in the battle. So we know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Which is pretty good.
Yeah. Just have to look forward to.
Yeah. Differences between the book and the show. Not many that I could think of, except that one part where she rides a dead guy.
Yeah.
Best line, best kill. Well, there were actually 3 deaths. I didn't put one of them, but we have Khal Drogo.
He's officially
deaf, being smothered by a pillow, which is pretty nice.
Mira Dodds.
Yeah, we got her. Yep. She burns alive on the stake. And then finally, which you don't really see, but Dany's kid. Although I'm sure he was dead last episode, but whatever.
But we hear about it, yeah.
I'm gonna say best death is probably the witch lady, Miri. Yeah. Just fucking good
because she's like giving a little scream. Too.
Yeah, because she's
fire. What do you do?
She's singing a little song, blah blah blah. Yeah. The flames are blah blah. Oh my God! I'm on fucking fire! So yeah, that happens. So let's see. I think that's it. I think for the next episode we're gonna do a season wrap up, kind of just discuss various little aspects.
What are your favorite lines from this episode?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, no, I kind of already went through it.
You did yours, yeah.
Yeah, I said
my favorite line
kill them all.
Another scene that involves Catelyn Stark. It's a small scene where her and she's kind of busting Jaime Lannister's balls while she's got him. They've got him captured.
Kind of making him confess a little bit.
Yeah, she's trying to. Yeah, she gets him to confess that he tossed Bran out the window.
But not why.
She blames things like war on men like Jaime, and Jaime responds with one of the greatest lines in the entire book series: "There are no men like me. There's just me."
Great line.
Great fucking line.
Great line.
Great line.
It's a really good line. But like I said, we're going to probably do a season wrap up after this, but we did want to review this. And Game of Thrones was amazing. I just want to say,
enjoyed it a lot.
I just want to say that after this season, I decided to read the books because I didn't want another Ned Stark incident to happen again, where I was blindsided by someone dying that I really enjoyed a lot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to read the book.
Is it easier for you to handle if you read it?
I think it is because I know what's going to happen, so I'm not that I'm not surprised that it's going to happen.
Well, you're surprised when you read the book.
Yeah, but...
is it less of a shock because you don't have to see it?
I think so, maybe a little bit. Or sometimes we're like, oh my God, what the fuck? When this certain events happen. But yeah, in a case where the show makes you read the books, other way around most of the time where you read the books and then you go, oh fuck, the show's going to be on. It's going to be great. But this is an instance where it's the other way around, which I think is great. It does happen. But yeah, so this has been Pete, your Kenshin 1913. Rob, you got any final words for the end of Game of Thrones here?
No, I think I'm alright.
Alright.
Good for a cameo for next season.
I know. Next season's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So this, we'll see you later.
Toodaloo.